Gentlemen, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. It'll probably be the afternoon by the time this gets uploaded. I am reviving real news. Welcome back, gentlemen. I hope everybody had a good Friday's night and a good Saturday. And to a successful close of the weekend today. Hopefully, trick or treat went well if you had to partake in it. I was not going to do anything today. I was going to really just be lethargic and just recuperate. But sadly, actually it's not sadly, but I'm going to get some stuff off my chest because once again, I just can't be left alone. And I have to be bombarded and force-fed a bunch of nonsensical bullcrap. This is the end of October, gentlemen. Disgusting, degenerate worshipping of women and their health and the propaganda of pink ribbons and mammary gland cancer. Which is a scam and a joke because compare the number to the men's issues. It's laughable. Men get nothing. But the reason I'm doing this today is because when I got situated after I got my stuff done this morning, I go to just relax and just be myself. And I get bombarded with a bunch of crap regarding men and their health and their bodies by you wretched Jezebels and Succubis. And a lot of the stuff that I had to sift through like I was going through some toxic sludge and waste and leftovers from a nuclear reactor or something. These aren't even Americans, and they're not even Caucasians. And all the other weird stuff that goes with these people. But they are seriously proclaiming to be doctors, experts, and all this other stuff on men, their bodies, their genitalia, how things work and don't work, and why things go on and why they don't go on. Put a muzzle on, sit down, and shut the fuck up. You're a woman. You don't know anything about a man's bodies, chemistry, what makes us tick and don't tick. And all you disgusting, filthy, ignorant, self-worshipping, self-proclaiming lady experts on men's performances and everything like that, get over yourselves. Seriously, get over yourselves and kick rocks. Any and everything I've ever seen and heard spewed out of your disgusting, vile, bacteria-riddled mouths is stuff that can hurt men. You don't sit there and tell a man to do whatever during physical activities regarding his tools when your stupid advice can cause serious, irreparable damage. We're not your toys and your little pleasure expenditures. You will not tell our sons or their grandsons on how to use said tools and how to perform. Put a muzzle on, sit down and shut the fuck up. The stuff that you're promoting, you so-called doctors and experts and everything, is the stuff that causes these issues in men's health. All this extracurricular activity with their tools, all these do's and don'ts regarding relieving stress. You make me sick. That's not how any of this stuff works, man. Yeah, sure, there's mind over matter. Once you learn what you're dealing with and the other person and what works and don't work, you can control things to a degree, safely and healthily. But you stupid women are so lost, egotistical, and delusional. I'm shaking talking right now because I want to go ballistic at this. Because of all the younger dudes who are idolizing and worshiping this nonsense. And first and foremost, all of these things I encountered, they're not even health. This is how you hurt yourself. What man in the history of our existence screws with his diet to go around and please some cum-guzzling gutter slut for your interactions? That's not men's health. That's catering to a Succubi and Jezebel. You are destroying our youth. You're destroying the young men and the ones behind them with these disgusting, degenerate programming and this nonsensical information. How dare you? We're the fathers. We're the men. We know how things work and don't work, and we know what goes on and doesn't go on. You shut up and let us do the informing. You let us do the educating and exposing the tricks of the trade. Put a muzzle on. Shut up. Excuse me, gentlemen, I'm drinking some tea. I will not stand for this and tolerate this degeneracy. The other thing that is dumb too is some of these men who are worshiping these ones and promoting them just as bad, or they're telling you the opposite ends of the spectrum, and that's just as damaging. This stuff is stupid. And all these men have handlers. They all have handlers. Men giving to their overlord women. This is about as intelligent as a female taking advice from some man who has no education when it comes to biology, chemistry, or the anatomy of a woman, and then telling a woman how to go on and react when she's bleeding every 3 weeks, or this, that, and the third, or menopause. What the flip do I know about a period or menopause? Not a darn thing, and I don't care to know about any of it. That's why I don't ever open my mouth about any of this stuff. Because I don't have no area to speak on this. So you women, sit down, shut up, put a muzzle on. You don't know anything about the tools, how they work, how they don't work, how they perform, how they don't perform, how you don't have a massive explosion or you do have a massive explosion. Shut up, stop destroying our youth. All the while, gentlemen, all these disgusting, narcissistic, egotistical, delusional women have said not one thing about the men's health. Just what they can benefit from it for their own self-pleasing, egotistical, narcissistic means and ways. You are destroying us in every aspect. And enough is enough, you filthy, degenerate, cybernetic warriors. What do you know about what a man goes through between the ages of 30 and 40? What the hell do you know about what a man goes through between 40 and 50? What the hell do you know about what a man's vision does when he hits 40? What the hell do you know about what a man goes through with his teeth? You know, not all men are the way I am because we don't partake with females. You need to stop this stuff and saying our health is whatever and all our tones of voices and our energy or aggression is detrimental to our health. No, the dumb nonsense that you pander and spread is detrimental to our health. The fetal position, the soy voices, the laying down, the slay queen, and all this beta simpy cucketry stuff is detrimental to the men's health. I hate that there's no escape from this crap. The things that you nasty single mothers lack when it comes to taking care of our kids is stuff that needs to be spread all over the world. But in the same breath, you guys make these dumb shorts and these other videos and podcasts about how you're stunning and brave and the greatest thing since sliced bread. Hey, you nasty things can't even take care of yourselves. What makes you, we all know you can't take care of our kids. You can't even take care of your own female anatomy and your own female filth and your own female stench. Sit down, put a muzzle on, and shut up regarding men's performance, men's health, and men's issues. You don't know shit. With that being said, there's a specific few of you, your time is real thin. Real thin. You're going to keep attacking certain people, and that's going to be the last time you attack. It might not be me, might not be another individual or that individual. But you mark my words, the end is near. All this shaming, slandering, degradation, racism, misidentifying somebody's ethnic background, misdiagnosing people because you're a self-proclaimed social justice doctor. Beat feet. Beat feet and put a muzzle on. Or continue what you're doing. And eventually, when the other shoe drops, you will have been beaten and verbally assaulted so badly, you will have no desire to be cybernetic warriors. You will have seen the strength in men and the power in their voices. And that we have no fear. And we're not ashamed or afraid of our bonds and our relationships with each other. Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. All I'm going to say is, we all know, and the Lord knows, you are very, very extremely blessed that this gentleman and one or two others have the wherewithal and the testicular fortitude to conduct themselves in the proper manner that they have. Now back to the health. All you social media stars and influencers don't know shit. All these nasty female doctors from California that are all over my feeds, from Florida who are all over my feeds, who are... You wouldn't piss on a Caucasian male to save his life. What the flip are you doing putting these dumb videos out, knowing darn well you don't have our health in the best interest at all? At all. And in fact, you have an infatuation with the Caucasian male or men specifically because I think you seriously have a mental deficiency where you get off on picking apart and making fun of men. which translates to your BBC lusting and worshiping. I think that's a lot of what this boils down to, is a lot of you don't get play. And if you get play, it's not what you want, because your fucking egos, your narcissism, your delusions of grandeur are so bloated, you wouldn't know reality if it bit you in the bazillion butt lift you have. This is disgusting. Telling men to do things to their body that you disgusting succubi and Jezebels do. You tell men to go out and get their legs broken just so they can put an extra 2 or 3 inches on their height. You tell men to take pills and use disgusting pieces of equipment on their genitalia. Why? Not for their health or their benefit. It's for your disgusting use and benefit. All the while, you're destroying that individual, that man. You're destroying the tissue, the blood flow, the blood vessel, the nerve endings. You're destroying everything. So sit down and put a muzzle on and shut up. Hey, all you ladies. How come not one of you who proclaim to be men, blah, 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 men's health and all this nonsense we know you're not? I ain't never heard not one of you say, oh, well, if men had a cooked meal or if they ate more than 1 or 2 cooked things a week, they might live longer and be, but nope, none of you nasty things do that, because y'all only know 2 things: McDonald's and microwave. Of course, you're not going to speak on real things because you have nothing about them, because you don't know anything about it. You wouldn't know how to peel a potato if there was a coloring book depicting how to do it. You wouldn't know how to de-thaw a hamburger if your disgusting single mother was there next to you helping you push the buttons on the microwave. The other thing you're gonna stop doing to men, you're gonna stop with all these health advices and these mental things about your insides and your feelings and all this other nonsensical bullshit. We're not emotional tampons. We're not here to absorb your lack of BBC gutting you and pumping and dumping you. We're not here to hear about your TikTok didn't get what you thought it was going to get. So no, we don't have to have emotional connection. No, we don't have to have listening skills and domestic, quote unquote, domesticative abilities. Kick rocks. I'm not here for this crap. You tell men about their diets and about exercise and all this other Men don't give a fuck about what their butt looks like. Men do not give a rat's behind how shiny, smooth they look. And here's some reviving real news for you skanks. We were not created to be shaving every single acreage of our God-given bodies, because that hurts men's health, you disgusting things. Get your head out of your egotistical, nonsensical, delusional behinds. There's a reason you're created the way you're created, you disgusting women. Telling my sons and our grandsons to do all these feminized debauchery, sodomization. It's a lot of the reasons why things are as bad as they are, why men don't live as long, and why men's bodies are screwed. You've been listening to false prophets and leaders and messengers. disgusting Succubi and Jezebel, and men without testicular fortitude. If I ever hear that my son's shaving their chest or their stomachs or their armpits or their legs, I don't know how I will mentally be able to stay sane. You make me sick. You make me physically, mentally, spiritually ill. I reject all of this. This is not health. This is women's vanity for women. I hate October. I hate pink. I hate sports. And I hate every single man who partakes and worships, donates, validates, clicks, subscribes, gives the bag to. I hate all of you men because you're just as bad as, if not worse, than these females. All the while, how many of you men that are doing this have no idea what kind of illnesses you have and what kind of things are being done on your insides? You see, karma is real. Good and evil are real. You know, things do happen for a reason. It's all really true, man. It really is, gentlemen. To all you men who are doing this and thinking you're on cloud nine, and you're the bee's knees, and you're alpha, and you're a president, and you a monk, and you everything in between, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You're the stuff I step on when I'm walking in the street or the parking lot. You're garbage. You're a cigarette butt or worse. Because you all partake in this, you all validate it, you all donate to it, you all pander it, you all spread it on your apps, your messages, your discords, and everything. I reject this filth and degeneracy. I stand for men and their rights and their health, their well-being, their livelihood, their futures, the next generations. You ass clowns have no clue what you're doing. No clue at all. No clue. Because you just want validation. You want dopamine. And you want that BBC. And to you other Caucasians, you want the drugs. That's what this all is about. How many disgusting, filthy Jezebels and succubis I see all the time. So-called professional doctors and therapists and everything else. You dress like the most disgusting, filthiest, disease-riddled, walking, carrying petri dishes from the 80s and 90s. With your stupid, dumb, weird, whatever cultural appropriation hair, your disgusting fake accessories, your disgusting, meaningless gold jewelry, your stupid fake teeth, fake disgusting teeth that I hate it. It's gross, it's fake, it's gross. Take your stupid white fake stuff, turn it sideways, stick it straight up your candy ass. I hate all of it. You stink with your nasty chemicals, all the crap you put on. I hate it all. I rebuke it. I reject it. It's poison. It's cancerous. It's gross. It's all you guys do is you look like cheap, disgusting prostitutes, but you're experts. You know, a real woman who was something and had class and dignity and actually had education or cared would conduct herself in those manners, would dress in those manners, and would talk in those manners. Instead, guess what we get? We get this rap, urban, ghetto, nonsensical, BBC worshipping bullcrap. They proclaim to be for men when they're for 0.8% of the population of men, and maybe less than that. Newsflash, you filthy degenerates. You can't change how we're made, how we're created and designed. We're not made to be your stupid dopamine hit and your stupid orgasm fix. We're not made to be 6'7", dark, hung like a fucking Budweiser Clydesdale stallion, nor are we made to be walking financial institutions. But yet you are somehow brainwashed into thinking every man has to be dark, 6'7", aggressive, and hung like a Budweiser Clydesdale. Thank you, Madonna. Thank you, Madonna. You nasty bitch. You racist piece of shit. Take a stand, gentlemen. Take a stand. For the love of God, don't let your sons be exposed to this shit. I'm sorry for the language. Don't let them be exposed to this. It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. You guys that are older than me and the guys that are my age know this, man. You don't mess around with your genitalia. You don't mess around with your tools. They're not toys. You don't sit there and mess with it and try to change things and enhance things. You don't do that. It's disgusting. It's not righteous. Gentlemen, we'll never see a woman or hear a woman for men or men's health or men's issues ever. Okay, so stop this stuff. Stop it. Take a stand. These things were never, ever allowed when I was growing up. From elementary school to teenager. Not one woman ever opened her mouth about my privates, how to use them, how to do things, ever. It was always the males. The men always taught men men's health. Men always taught men men's rights. My own mother and my grandmother and my aunts never said a word to me about any of these things. It was always the men. It was always the men. Now, you were told how to conduct yourself, and you were told not to be doing certain things. But my mother, my aunt, my grandmother, no woman ever spoke or opened her mouth about the men's health, men's genitalia, men's anything. The fathers, the uncles, the grandfathers, the men in the family, that was their sole responsibility to do these things, to teach and pass on. Put a muzzle on, sit down, shut up. Men, if we don't take a stand and stop this, there's going to be a lot of irreparable damage done to the youth. And this is without diving into the low testosterone sperm counts. This is without diving into my culture is destroyed. Go look. I don't care about the birth rates. Let's be specific and look at the Caucasian birth rates, specifically in the divided states of America. This is why Caucasian women and other ethnic women are so-called supposed experts on men and their tools and performances and their health. They've spent since the 80s putting BBC in every freaking orifice they have. Anywhere from 8 to 400 in the 10-year span. Then they bear and bore succubi daughters, and they pass this on down to them. Then they become so-called doctors, therapists, professionals, and experts. Their TikToks, their YouTubes, their fake books, and everything in between. And they destroy our sons and our grandsons and our futures. They destroy them. They shame them, slander them, bully them. Make me sick. There's a reason other cultures, creeds, and colors don't mess with America. They don't mess with our doctors and our healthcare because it's garbage. They stick to their own culture, their own kind, and their own health because they know what works. And also, you don't see their women attacking the men. You don't see their women proclaiming to be experts on men genitalia and men this and that. No, no, no. It's only you disgusting degenerates from here and that have spilled your poison to the UK and a couple other places over there. Because I'm fully aware you disgusting white Jezebels can't do this in other places because you won't make it. You had enough, gentlemen? Because I sure the hell have. I can't believe this is where we are. I couldn't imagine being 14, 12 years old, 11 years old, and a woman talking to me about men's rights or men's health or men's tools. I would have blacked out. I would have blacked out, and I would have seriously went to the emergency room for losing consciousness if any woman would have ever spoken to me at that time in my life about these things. Even in my 20s, I wasn't comfortable with women in my family joking about stuff or talking like this. But now these are the experts and these are the ones teaching and preaching. Put a muzzle on, sit down and shut up. Take care of yourselves, gentlemen. I hate October. I'm glad it's over. Don't let any woman tell your sons about their health, their body, their tools, their issues, their performance, and all of these things. If you stand for nothing, gentlemen, you will fall for anything. Enjoy your Sunday, gentlemen. Reviving Real News.